Hello everyone, I am filming from here in the little bitty office that I've set up for myself in the corner of my bedroom, working from home, and as you can see, I'm off trail. I just thought I would throw out the one video. I'll try to make one video that shows how my hike went. I was only out on trail for 7 full days, and then had to cut my hike short. I really had a lot of fun. I felt really good, really healthy, really proud of how I was hiking. But because of issues regarding COVID-19, I had to come off trail. So like many others, I am back home, back at work. Social distancing is a thing that I am practicing by trying to work at home and instead of going into my office every day. But I thought I would try to throw together this video and kind of show you a little bit about how my week went, short as it was. I started on March 17th at Amicable Falls, and as the AT does, it rained on me most of that day. But it was great. It was fun. I learned a lot while I was out there. I didn't film nearly as much as I wanted to. I was a little disappointed in myself for that, but in all honesty, it did rain for about half of the time that I was out there. So I just never really felt like pulling my camera out and filming in the rain. It was quite muddy, so I was concerned about slipping and falling anyway. So I did the best that I could, got some film and got a few pictures, and I'll try to fill in for you and show you what my hike was like. I did enjoy myself, and I'm very sad that I wasn't able to continue hiking, but we'll take a look at and see what I've got, and then I'll have a few comments to close out. On the approach trail, it's Tuesday morning. It's very foggy, hiking in a cloud, so you can't really see much. And I don't think it's raining. It's dripping from the trees, but all is good. Been like this most of the day. Rainy, drippy, foggy. Can't see anything. But on the approach trail still, making my way up to Springer Mountain. And everything's going along pretty good. Pretty muddy out here, but all good. So this is the view atop of Springer Mountain. Made it to the terminus, southern terminus, and this is the plaque for Springer Mountain and the first blaze of the Appalachian Trail heading northbound. Got my tent set up, and It's about, let's see what time it is. It's almost 5 o'clock. Got here, got a nice little tent site. We're at Stover Mountain Shelter or something like that. There's my setup inside. It's pretty nice. Sun just set, so it's starting to get a little bit cool, but it's been basically hot late this afternoon. I'll show you the shelter, but there's a couple of people up there talking, so I'll try not to bother them. But just kind of looking around. There's a tent site there. A couple of people over here. You can see it's not overly crowded. I thought it might be. There's the shelter. There's the bear box, which means you don't have to hang a bag or worry about that. You can just put your food bag in the bear box. And there's a tent site over there. There's a nice little fire ring. Lots of seats around that. The shelter, it's a double-decker.
No, because there's no cell. That's why she was.
It's Thursday, and left Gooch Mountain Shelter about an hour ago, and been hiking. It's sunny, warm as all get out. Hot, hot, hot today when you're hiking. But it's beautiful. The trail is finally a little less muddy, at least in this section where I'm hiking right now. So Thursday, I left Tuesday, started at Amicalola. So this is the third day of hiking. And 2 nights of camping. So I'm finding the hiking to be fun and good, even though it's poured down rain both days that I was hiking. That was okay, but still not loving the camping part. I didn't sleep very well at all the first night. Last night I slept better, and not great, but better. And so maybe it will improve over time. So there it is, Blood Mountain Shelter. I made it. You can't really tell, but that was a pretty big climb. So this is a kind of a big hurdle for through hikers to get up here. That's like a big landmark. I don't see anybody else up here so far. you mind being on video?
Not at all.
Okay. Nobody up here except a ghost.
Oh.
The ghost. No one. It's eerie. It's crazy. The views are outstanding. Okay, I don't know how much of that you got, so I'll start over. My camera went out. Anyway, I was talking about coming down Blood Mountain. I took a wrong turn. There was this section with a great big long piece of rock going straight downhill. And I was on the far right hand side of it, and I didn't see that the trail went off to the left. So I went straight down that slab, and it was terrible. And I got to the bottom, and there were no blazes anywhere, but I did see trekking poles and footprints, so I don't think I was the only person that ever made that mistake. But I got to the very bottom, and it said, there was a sign that said, "This is not the AT. Turn around, go back, and turn right at the top." So going back up, I could not get up the rock, so I had to bushwhack my way back up the hill with my backpack, catching on every tree and limb. Anyway, I think I might have lost about 10 pounds just doing that, sweating and worrying and breathing. But I got back up, and then still had a good little ways to go to get down. Oh my gosh, I can see Mill Crossing ahead, and I do hear angels singing. Oh, I'm so excited. I hope there's a Diet Coke down there. Everything supposedly is closed except their general store, I think, for resupply. But everything else, hostels and everything is closed. So I'm getting a ride into some little town. I'll have to tell you later, I don't remember the name. And getting a hotel, I think, for tonight, and I've got to wash my clothes and take a shower. Flat out sneak. So, oh, I'm excited. All right, I'll film more later. This is a great example of the way the Appalachian Trail is often described as the Green Tunnel. I've been walking in this for a little bit, and it's pretty. You're just all surrounded by these rhododendrons. I guess that's what they are. It's pretty. So it's Sunday morning, and I camped at Deep Gap Shelter. I've been hiking for a little over an hour, I think. And it's supposed to rain this afternoon, I believe. I'm gonna try to make it to this camping spot that is, I think, about 11-ish miles from where I was, maybe 11 point something. I don't know. And see how I feel if I can get there, and how I feel when I get there. So I think I've averaged about 10 miles a day. I've done more than 10 miles and less than 10 miles, but I think that's about where I'm averaging. Maybe just a little over 10. Body feels fine. Last night I was able to sleep better than I have so far. I won't say it was perfect, but it was a lot better. I think it might have something to do with the temperature. It was cooler last night, And surprisingly, that made for a better sleep, I think, than previous nights where it's been warmer. And maybe I was getting too hot. Or maybe I was just too jacked up about hiking. I don't know. But anyway, I'll take it. It's a lot better. So all the people I've met are so nice. Everybody's very pleasant, helpful. The problem is the one place that I narrowed was resupply. So we'll see how that goes as I further up the trail. But I'm doing good out here. I feel pretty good about the pace that I'm making. Yeah, I've got a couple of one or two big climbs later this afternoon. I'm not sure. So after that last clip, that was the last filming that I was able to do. That night I hiked into cheese factory campsite, and it started raining that night, and it never stopped raining again the whole time I was out there. The next morning I packed up in the rain and hiked all day long in the rain. I did another 13 miles from cheese factory campsite to Dick's Creek Gap. And luckily, very luckily, I was able to get a shuttle along with a couple of other hikers into town, into Hiawassee. We were able to find a hotel room, but it was not easy. A lot of hikers left the trail that day, and a lot of everything was sort of booked up, but our driver was extremely helpful, and she called around and was able to help find us a room at the Chateau Lodge or Lodge Chateau or something in Hiawassee. And it continued to rain the entire next day as well. So that day is the day that I actually left the trail. I think that was on the 23rd. So I was only hiking for 7 total days when my husband came and picked me up and drove me back home. So it was a lot of fun. I felt really, really good about the way that I hiked. I was able to keep pace with all the people that left on the same day that I did. I didn't have any aches and pains. Felt really strong. I found out I'm a terrible YouTuber because I'm not able to video very well. I just found myself hiking and never really getting the camera out and videoing like I should or like I wanted to. So I have to think about that whenever I go back out there again. So I'm at home waiting for things to clear up just like everybody else. Don't know how long it's going to take. Don't know if I'll be able to get back out there this summer or not. A lot depends on how fast this goes away. So I'm kind of in the same boat as everybody else out there, just kind of waiting and watching and praying and hoping that things improve pretty soon. But I just wanted to drop this video and let you guys know how things finished up for me. So I appreciate your watching, and talk to you next time.